Where did this one come from then? According to Ice Cream Man Fab, yes, that's right, Fabrizio Romano, Tottenham have agreed the permanent transfer of Mathys Tel from Bayern Munich for 40 million euros, 35 with 5 million add-on. We've also paid 10 million euros on top of that as a loan fee. So how do we all feel about this transfer then? Because if I'm honest, I was a little bit sceptical at first at making this transfer permanent, not because of the whole loan thing. You know, he came to Tottenham, he wanted to play under Ange, and that meant that he potentially wanted to stay here beyond that. And I'm not just basing this on stats last season. You know, numbers don't give the whole story. He came into a very difficult side in, you know, we were struggling week after week in the league. He played his part in that Europa League run. So from my perspective, if he wants to be here, which he's done, you know, he said that he wants to play under Frank, then I'm all for it. And, you know, there is a player there clearly, because whenever you see Bayern Munich fans, I'm just basing this online, they all want him to stay. My overall concern is this a Thomas Frank signing or is this a Tottenham signing? I'd imagine it's a Thomas Frank signing because he said that he wants to stay and he wants to see that project out with Thomas Frank, and I'm absolutely fine with that. But then the other question posed is, how much does this eat into that transfer budget? Because obviously we made the Danso transfer, you know, permanent, that I'm very happy about. I'm so glad we're keeping him. We're being linked with Mbemo as well. So where are we going this summer? You know, there's so many players, the futures of, I imagine Solomon, you know, if we make Tel permanent, might be a player who goes, although there's rumours about him wanting to stay. But again, there's that whole debate of playing Tel as a striker or on the wing, which we did both of. The kid is still only 20 and he showed glimpses last season. You know, I was there at that Villa game where he scored, he took the goal well, and he was very emotional when he scored it. I think he is happy to be here, and if he wants to stay and play under Frank, then I'm happy for it. Like I say, it just poses questions about where our transfer strategy is going this summer. But I've spoken about how Frank can elevate players, and I genuinely believe that there is more to see from Mathys Tel, so I am happy about this.